What is going on, everybody? My name is Conor Lawler. Welcome back to another week of Weird News Wednesdays. This is the Here's for Hire podcast. We are back again talking all the strangest news stories from around the world. We talk about the news that the real news is just too afraid to talk about. As always, I am joined by my partner in crime, a man who gave me a very worried look in the middle of that intro, Mr. Seán Mead. Seán, how's it going?
Oh yeah, it's good. Sorry, I slapped the shit out of the microphone while you were doing the intro. Completely on accident. It doesn't mean anything. But
that's actually a sign of things to come.
Honestly, a good thing. You know, when people knock on wood for good luck, I knock on my microphone while my co-host is recording.
Why do it when the mic is live is what I keep asking myself, but you just insist.
But see, what's the thing is that, like, I could have just edited that out and not addressed it, and no one will be any the wiser. But now we've got 36 seconds of content talking about me hitting a microphone.
But here's the thing, Seán. We want people to know that we're not perfect, because we come across so perfect.
That polish is the main cornerstone of this show.
Polish is what we really want to give people. Two Irish polished people.
Yeah, they call us the Mr. Sheen of the podcasting world. It's a brand of furniture polish.
Keep slipping off those charts. What else on?
We're just trying to claw our way back, but it's covered in polish. It's slippery.
So this is Weird News Show. What do we do here?
You have spent the week gathering all of the weirdest news stories from around the world. You're about to read them all out to me, a man who has been too busy picking fights with audio equipment to look at any weird news.
This is the first weird news in quite a while where you haven't given me a weird story of your day, and I appreciate it, but now I'm worried, having brought the point up, your eyes have lit up in that you have a weird story from your life.
I haven't drank coffee in about 6 weeks, but I had 4 today, so I don't know what that's going to do to me. But other than that, fine.
You haven't blinked since we started the episode.
No, and I've been doing like a Michael Flatley jig just out of shot of the camera, so we'll see what happens.
You're actually powering your own laptop with a little bicycle.
Just more efficient, guys.
So yeah, this is weird news, and we were missing last week as I was not in the country, so we couldn't actually record. No excuse, as it is. But what I like to think of it, I was out of the country searching for weird news stories, Seán, as a journalist.
He's our man in the field, of course.
I'm a man in the field looking for stories, and luckily I'm shit at my job, but Seán, the kind people who listen to this are all very, very good. Because
so why did you expense a trip away then, if everyone else did your work?
I put it on the budget.
It's a very limited budget, man.
Private jet. Go away. But I'd like to give shout outs to so many people, because we had a shit ton of stories being sent in to us this week. So, I mean, just off the top of my head, I know at least 3 of them. So William, Edward and Waffles all sent in first 3. And we're going to touch on all 3 of them, but we actually had so many that I've spread them out to next week as well, because I just think we actually have too many good stories for 1 week.
Okay, we can't just fill the top 10 with this one episode.
Exactly. Now maybe I'm promising too much, Seán, but the kind people have done my job for me and found better stories than I could possibly ever find.
And I'm going to give you nothing for the rest of the show, so you have to sell them yourself.
I have a private jet booked for later on. I think I'm done. But Seán, we're starting off this week with a story sent in to us over our Detective Divilment's discussion group over on Facebook. That's
Very
the group.
Good group.
If you're not part of it, you can go join it. I mean, people just send in funny stories. We all just have a chat. But police warn locals not to approach man in Cookie Monster costume terrorising seaside area.
I mean, if you have no cookies, you have nothing to fear, is what I would say.
That's thinking logically.
I'm going off the logic here that this is the actual Cookie Monster.
Yeah, that would be the logic where it's flawed, I would say.
Right, okay, because it's not, is what you're telling me here.
The man who wears a costume of the beloved Sesame Street character has reportedly been creeping out visitors to the Santa Cruz Wharf, bothering them and aggressively yelling at them. One visitor to the popular tourist destination said, "It's the creepy monster, not the Cookie Monster."
Oh, you think you're so clever for having said that.
What look to the camera that they gave after they came up with that fucking goal.
It's the creepy monster, not the fuck you, okay?
You're the go away monster, okay? Stop that.
You're the no crack monster, is what you are.
You're the fuck off Tom monster.
So this lad found a Cookie Monster costume and is now just terrorising. Why wear a Cookie Monster costume to the beach? That's a lot of fur to get wet and full of sand.
Well, exactly, Sean. I mean, like, we all know sand is difficult to get out, but sand in cookies
gets everywhere.
You're looking at it. You're looking at an all-day problem right there.
How much sand do you think you've eaten in your life? There's logic behind this.
Wait, you think there's a beach inside me? What's the fucking logic?
No. I'm just like, okay. So you've been to the beach before, right?
Never. I've never been to the beach. Sorry,
really?
Does that ruin this story?
It actually, well, no, because I can just talk about my own experiences.
My favourite thing is when someone's like, you know this thing, and I go, no. But even though I have.
You're great fun at parties, man.
No, and.
No, but when you go to the beach, sometimes you get like chips and bits of food and stuff.
Yeah.
And then surely some sand has to get into the chips, like through wind or you and your brother like fighting in the sand, and then it gets in the chips, and then you still eat your chips. Because salt is just rock anyway, right? Salt is made of rocks.
Salt is also glass. Wait, no, sand is also glass. So no,
glass is sand, but sand isn't glass.
Oh, sorry, I'm after mixing that up altogether.
Yeah, no, you fucked it, honestly.
No, see, the way I would see it is that, and I don't want to sound too Star Warsy here, but I hate sand. Sand's really the worst thing in the world.
See, I get... Sometimes I like sand. Sometimes you get shitty sand that is just stones.
What
Pebble
sand
beaches.
Do you like?
What?
What sand do you like?
Like a nice fine sand. Like when you're on holidays and it's nice and warm and you step around in it. That's good sand.
So you're talking about the Irish sand, and people haven't experienced the Irish sand.
Irish sand is fucking cement powder.
That actually is glass.
It's horrendous. It's so bad. But like a Spanish sand, good sand.
Oh yeah.
Portugal sand, good sand. Croatia sand, excellent sand.
If you had to choose between a Portuguese sand or a Spanish sand, which side of the border are you on?
Now, here's the thing, is that, so the only Spanish sand I've had was Barcelona, and that's like a city
You're
beach.
making it sound
so
like
it's quite
you
sharp sand. But I think on the whole I prefer Portugal sand. I know, I'm as surprised as anyone.
You know what? You're the only person in the world who'd answer that.
What? I'm not, someone else has a preference of sand.
Yeah, some fucking loser.
Hey now.
You're a rock star. So one visitor to the popular tourist destination, they did say it's a creepy monster, not a cookie monster. We all laughed. But one person who works locally said he turned up the day Sesame Street creator Lloyd Morissette died in January this year. So, he started appearing when the creator of Sesame Street passed away. Connection? Maybe. We don't know. I've got red string attached to it to come back to it.
Wait, what's the suggestion here? That the creator of Sesame Street is dressed up as Cookie Monster doing this?
I'm not saying... I can't reveal anything of my current investigation at this time. Sorry, Sean.
You're investigating it.
Private jets. That's where I was.
We have a Patreon, by the way, if anyone wants to.
Really? No, seriously.
Please.
They're going to take my kneecaps. Mark said, I saw him on the day the Sesame Street creator died. Like I told you, he was sad about that. He kept showing up and people started complaining about him. Joyce Blaschk of Santa Cruz Police Department said, we're getting calls from people who say he is creepy. We get calls every single day, she says. Based on his history, we advise the public not to engage with this individual, steer clear of him. So, Sean, I come to you as our new resident detective. Sean, what do we do?
Just a rookie here? On the force. Okay, so man and Cookie Monster. We set a trap, surely. Like big. Oh, and here we go. So we get a load of cookies, right? Load of fresh baked cookies. Plop him along the beach in the sand. He's going to end up eating sand like the rest of us. And then they lead to a big box with a stick and a long piece of string. And then we just pull it and trap him. Flawless.
So what you're saying is that obviously we maybe lure him in using his love, but then we get him with a very, very basic trap that would barely work on an animal, but this guy's a human in a suit.
Yeah, his movements are restricted because of the suit. Also, the floor underneath the big box is covered in tar, so that'll slow him down quite a bit, I would say.
And in the box, knives.
Yeah.
Knives to kill him.
One knife, and then one cookie holding a knife. And so he has to defeat the thing he loves in order to survive. But then we arrest him anyway because he's being a nuisance.
Just a knife we sellotape a cookie to.
Yeah. No, what we do, we get one of the big, the kitchen mixers, like those countertop yokes. And we've just retrofitted that with 4 knives that spin around. And if he is able to reach in and get the cookie dough, he gets free. But he's going to lose a hand.
What's Cookie Monster's view on cookie dough? Is he big on that as well, or is that he doesn't want to touch it until it's finished?
I don't think it would work with how he eats them, because he just kind of hoofs them into his mouth.
And we've all eaten cookie dough, Sean. Come on now.
Yeah, I never got the cookie dough thing. Everyone's like, oh, it's great. Texture-wise, horrendous. Worst thing I've ever put in my mouth.
What are you come on now. That is outrageous. First of all, I ate so much cookie dough once that I got really sick.
Oh, that's a Sean level story. Keep going.
That was it. That's the story. I ate a shit ton of cookie dough. I got real sick and I never ate it again. That's the end of my story. But I remember for the first at least 20 minutes of that eating session, I was like, this is the best idea ever. This is lovely.
No, it's because it gets all warm and fucked and it's sticky. Why would you not you spend 20 minutes eating I'm assuming it's one of those tubes of cookie dough is what I'm imagining.
No, I'm talking the dough. So say you're making cookies.
Oh, fresh baked cookie dough.
Fresh baked cookies. I'm eating all that dough, brother.
No, that's even worse to me somehow. Because it's in a bowl and you have to scrape it out and the spoon is too big for your stupid little child mouth.
I was 27. No, I wasn't. So based on his history, we advise obviously the public to steer clear of him. Police have said that the man has faced criminal charges in other parts of the United States, but they didn't provide any further details, which leads me to believe that's made up. I don't know.
Maybe someone else dressed as Cookie Monster did. And now
you don't know if it's him or not. Could be anybody behind that suit. Though they have received several calls about the Cookie Monster, the man hasn't actually committed any crimes, so he cannot be arrested, as obviously no crimes have been done.
Yeah, and you can't try and get him to commit a crime, because that's entrapment. So you need to just hope he stops or he commits a crime on his own. That's...
So do you want to know his big crime?
Yeah.
His big crime, apparently, is that he gets in people's faces. So we go to Michelle here, who says, at first glance, I thought it'd be a bit of a fun thing to get a selfie with him. But we were away from him. And then when we came back to his area, that's when we saw him come out making a commotion and getting in people's faces. Apparently, Sean, this is going to confuse you even more. The man behind the mask is reportedly named Adam Sandler, but no relation to the Hollywood actor. Mr. Sandler has a history of causing trouble in costumes, according to police.
What? Give me an example. What level of trouble? What level of costume?
So in the mid-2010s, Mr. Sandler would dress up as Elmo in San Francisco and shout at tourists who wouldn't give him a tip when they took a photo with him, earning the nickname Evil Elmo.
It's pretty good. It's a pretty good bit. It's a pretty good gimmick.
And this is here, Sean, this is where it comes into its own. 2016, detective from the LA police, Gianna Franco, says this about Mr. Sandler. This guy is like a national nuisance, she said.
National nuisance?
A national nuisance, Sean.
Jesus Christ. I mean, but he's still on, Sesame Street is still a thing, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So do you think at what point do the Sesame Street company get involved and be like, he's damaging the brand? Because he's done Elmo as well, by all accounts.
He does, but like, there's been loads of jokes though in that regard. Like in terms of seeing the Cookie Monster like committing crimes for cookies, and like if you search Cookie Monster on YouTube, there's probably thousands of videos of people in Cookie Monster outfits doing something stupid because there's somebody that has a cookie and then they like beat them up and they take it.
Fair, yeah, and like, but I don't. But if someone is walking around harassing people dressed as a beloved child, like say I dressed up as Barney and just started kicking over flower pots,
yeah.
Like,
That'd
at what point
cool.
did the Barney company get involved?
Ooh, who's Barney owned by? Saban?
Barney's not owned by Barney. Barney and friends.
Who are you pissing off here with the soup?
Genre. I don't care. I don't care. I don't let.
Genuinely, I do not care.
It's WNet New York.
Ah, of course.
It's a PBS. PBS was the original
okay,
thing.
so PBS are coming for you.
Yeah.
Right.
Gonna send fucking Bob Ross after me. Gonna dig him up.
Just throw him at you.
Yeah. Honestly, it would be pretty effective.
You'd be like, oh, fuck Bob Ross.
Oh, shit. My happy little life.
So what a business owner in LA said, I would like to see him get some kind of comeuppance. I don't think he belongs out on the street. No one wants to hear the Cookie Monster scream in your face. I mean...
Well, it's his whole bit on the fucking show.
That's true.
He screams cookies at children.
So how do we deal with this, Seán? As you're the rookie detective on the force, we've figured out how to trap him, but how do you incarcerate this man for long? He's getting out. He's getting out in minutes.
I mean, okay, what if we... How are we like good detectives, or do we get the job done?
I'm a bad detective.
Okay.
I've been here too long. You're new.
Okay.
And you have the right idea, but you're also a bit dumb.
Okay, then you're going. Okay, in this scenario, you suggest this to me. I don't want to go along with it, but you talk me round. We're going to cut off one of Big Bird's legs and send it to him.
And if he doesn't respond, we're going to cut off the other leg.
Yeah.
And send it to him.
And then Big Bird will still be like 6 foot tall. That bird is too big.
He's too big. That's what we need him to be sure for our own egos.
But like, I'm not talking like, in the magical world of Sesame Street, we send a big bird leg.
Yeah.
I'm talking, we sever the man who's inside Big Bird. We cut off one of his legs through the suit and send it to this man dressed as the Cookie Monster.
And we just say, stop doing nuisance stuff.
Stop being a national nuisance. Honestly, if I got called a national nuisance, that is going on my CV.
It's so low level in terms of crime that I think it's absolutely perfect.
It's literally just nuisance. Like he's just being a prick.
It's just divilment. It's just shithousery and divilment.
All rolled into one blue package.
So we got to keep our eyes out for this guy, because there's a Cookie Monster. So if you are in that area, just know there's a man in a Cookie Monster outfit. He's possibly going to be a nuisance. Now, he won't actually commit any crimes, but he may actually scream in somebody's face. Which,
you'll take a scream in the face over, being hurt. Still not pleasant.
Yeah. Well, Seán, we're moving on to our next piece of news, and this is one that was literally sent in to freak you out.
No. Don't bully me. Don't bully me on my own show. What's this? What fucking dynamic have we started?
Well, it's not me, to be honest. It's
you allowed this to happen.
The listeners have kindly sent this in, Seán. And what this is, it actually perfectly fits in with our Seán's relationship, Seán's solutions segment of the show. So
yes, where I offer unprompted advice to various strangers on the internet.
So what I'm going to very cleverly do is put them together. So,
okay.
So William sent this in to us. And he said it was bride alarmed. Oh, by the way, Edward said in the last one. So bride alarmed after discovering groom being breastfed by his mum before the wedding.
What the fuck? No.
You're the agony aunt, Sean. Now, if anyone hasn't seen
I'm
this
in
segment,
fucking agony.
if anyone hasn't heard this segment, Sean has a massive history of solving problems that people face in their relationships, either romantic, in work, in some sort of form of their life. Sean listens to their problems and figures out a solution. Now, in this particular scenario, William thought you were the perfect man to bring to this too, because
why have you done this?
And he thought you would be the way able to solve this bride's dilemma.
How do I bleach my brain so that I don't remember this?
Bride alarmed after discovering groom being breastfed by his mother before the wedding takes place.
How soon before?
Too soon.
Too soon. Like, yeah, I'll get up.
I don't mean like 20 years before the wedding.
Yeah. Like, wait, what? Gross. You were breastfed as a baby?
Wedding makeup artists will have seen it all and then some. From tantrums to last minute wobbles from couples. But one makeup artist has had a wedding story to share that has left many people stunned. So this was on a different podcast called Unfiltered Bride, in which they got a beauty professional known as Jenny. She came in and basically decided to tell her worst story. They asked her worst story from a scenario. And so Jenny came in and this is the story that she told. She'd been helping a bride to be nipped to the loo and go to the toilet before her ceremony when they both encountered the alarming scene.
Together! Oh no!
So they told the co-host how the bride walked into the toilet and what she saw was enough to basically make her question everything.
I don't want to. There's no fucking question at that point. Leave him.
Beth assumed initially that she meant the groom had been cheating on her in the toilets.
Weirdly, that would somehow be better.
Or taking drugs, maybe, or just doing something fucked up in the bathroom that she's seen. But they also explained that her discovery was in fact much worse than him having sex with one of the bridesmaids
on
or
your
doing
wedding
drugs.
Day. What the fuck?
To their horror, and to the horror of many stunned listeners, they revealed he was being breastfed by his mother on his wedding day, Sean.
No, I don't like it.
So
what? How old? If he's getting married, he's fucking too old. But Jesus, how old is he?
We don't have his age, but I mean mid-20s maybe.
Yeah, presumably. Even if he's 18, even if it's 16 and it's fucked up, it's still more fucked up.
Here's the thing, Sean, because how is the mother still producing milk unless she has been continuously
the whole time
him?
That's the thing.
The whole time in the relationship.
The whole time. No, don't marry him. No.
So the bride then has to ask questions of herself. Does she want to go through with this marriage? And Sean, that's why I come to you. Sean, as you're her expert, you're her agony aunt. How do we solve this woman's dilemma?
That's fucking weird. Leave him. End of discussion.
Nothing more.
How could you? There's no conceivable way of reconciling with that. That's been happening for 20 odd years, 30 odd, for however long. It's too long.
You want to know something, Sean?
Yeah.
The bride went through with the wedding.
Fuck off, did she?
She did.
No. Are they still together?
I actually don't know that, but all I do know is that she went ahead with the wedding, and also, I mean, they kissed the bride at the end, and that's the wedding.
That's the worst. How do you have that is it ever brought up again, or do you just never talk about it?
So there's the thing. That's the question that really we need to answer is, if you're the bride, do you, well, A, definitely run away. I mean, get out of there. Because especially if you didn't know what is happening previous, because it's clearly been happening throughout your whole relationship. But, I mean, do you ever bring it up again? Or do you then just say, I've walked in on something, they don't know I seen it, I'm going to leave it there?
But no, presume like they must have like known they were caught. Is like they like if I like oh Jesus Christ. Say it's like your wedding day.
Yeah.
And I were to walk in and find you doing something untoward, I would make a noise. You would know I was in the room, okay? If I was the one marrying you, fucking of course I would say something.
What noise would you make?
Fear, revulsion, a retch, perhaps.
What about that? Yeah, I think you'd have one short yell.
Yeah, that's it. Just completely
I could see
interrupt.
you going, "Oops, daisy," and then back it out.
Why on your wedding day as well? Like
The liquid courage.
Who the fuck? No, sorry. Who would like? Who's like? I'm walking down the aisle in 5 minutes. Time for a glass of milk.
In general.
Like, it's just a poor time to drink dairy,
I think as dairy in general, I just think you should avoid it, especially if it's a warm day.
If it's a warm day. And it's what, like, Conor, it's warm coming out, like, as well. Like, he's having warm milk on the way down the fucking... He'd be snoozing in the pew there.
Oh, no, Sean.
What was the reception like? He had to give a speech.
He gave us, and she knew, and she was looking at him as he was giving the speech.
Yeah. Mother of the bride gets or mother of the groom and gets a whole fucking thing.
Yeah.
Like, they would have all been there.
Everyone would have been there. And they know. And she knows. But nobody in the crowd knows.
No, so you have to just pretend or do it. No, you can just leave. You can leave anytime.
You could leave at any time, but Sean, she went through with it.
What happens if, like, they stay together, she gets pregnant, and then they have a kid?
Well, you know what happens.
It's formula milk, of course.
He's like, I'm really against breastfeeding.
Bit of the old SMA.
I can't have my child breastfed.
Is she going to have to wean her fucking husband off?
Onto the SMA.
Onto the SMA follow-on milk. Yeah. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. They haven't sponsored us, weirdly. But, like, yeah, that's amazing. What happens if they have a child?
Do they? Is it a share situation?
Is it a one each situation between him and the child?
Like, what if he doesn't? What if he doesn't?
What if he doesn't like
taste?
Would you be offended?
Oh no!
Like, is that the ultimate insult? If he's like, it's not as good as my mother's.
What is this man's immune system like as well?
Must be absolutely really amazing.
Nutrient-rich milk.
It's fucking nutrient boy. Never gets sick.
But did his dad know about this? Like,
yeah. Is it like their own little secret?
Is it just a family thing? Like,
oh,
what
lads.
the fuck?
How do you ever, like, have a family dinner again?
You don't, I would say.
You don't.
You're not. You're drinking black coffee from now on. And
I'm not having any milk in nothing.
No
cereal.
Flat white for me, thank. Oh, cereal.
Water.
That'd be a rough
water
one.
all day.
Yeah, watery cereal. No, I'm switching to dry muesli is what I have now.
Orange juice and maybe a muesli.
Yeah. Toast. Give me a lovely bit of toast.
A lovely bit.
The black
what's
tea.
the butter made of? Oh, no.
Oh, margarine for me, thanks.
You'd have to go off dairy altogether.
Genuinely, yeah. Like, it's fuck. And, like, say they split up.
Yeah.
And then she meets someone else. And, like, has a kid. And then goes to breastfeed. And then, like...
I love the idea, right? That, you know, like, someone gets cheated on, they always bring that, say, into the next relationship. That trauma, where you're like,
carry it with you.
Maybe this other person's also cheating on me. If she ends this relationship, and you think in the next one, she'll be 6 months in, and she'll be looking at this new lad like, do you think, is there a chance?
Yeah. Just exclusively dates people whose mothers are dead.
She's like, I will only date you if you have no parents. That's the only way I can do it.
Like, she meets someone, they've been on a few dates, it's all going well, sees like their phone light up, and just like, oh, mam calling.
Yeah.
And then just like, it's like, oh, but they are perfect for me. So she murders their mother.
You'd have to. That's the only
just to be sure.
Just to be sure, you'd have to murder all mothers.
And then like 4 weeks after, her new partner just has really brittle bones. And just like...
She's like, what a waste.
It's like, fuck.
I keep breaking my arms. All of a sudden.
Keep all of my fingers. Just any time I touch something.
That lad must have been fucking indestructible. His bones must have been absolutely titanium.
Honestly, like, he could have been studied. Like, and just the long-term effects of...
He's like Wolverine, so he is, walking around, just indestructible.
How... Has no one ever caught them before?
I have to see, maybe another... Like, there'd have to be somebody else.
He'd have to be living in his own house, right, if he's getting married.
Yeah. So then that means he must go visit the mother. Like...
Or is it a pump situation that is being bottled and he has a secret fridge somewhere?
No, I think that's harder to hide than just saying, I'm going to see the mother there. I'm going to drop in for a cup of tea.
So he's having a sup like once a week is what you're thinking?
I'm thinking maybe once or twice. Yeah. Might stop in just to see them.
Just on the way home, like,
and the wife is not going, or else the fiance is not going to take any more of that. Like, like stopping in to see the parents on the way home.
I mean, yeah, I guess that's not weird.
Yeah,
that's not a weird thing of itself.
That's the story. You can't.
But she's never going to be able to hear that from anyone else without thinking, "Oh, what if?" Jesus.
So, I mean, are you happy William brought this?
No.
To you? Okay, right, that's good.
I'm not happy at all.
Good. But and how? I feel like you've solved it though, because I mean, this continues. You haven't once said that they could get COVID. I'm proud of you. They could microdose COVID.
Well, actually, if the lady in the piece, if she wanted to get full blown COVID and just cough on the mother, she's probably of an age where she'd probably be at risk. And then it. Problem solved. You know? I
love the fact, right? That's literally the worst thing you've ever said, but it's only been brought out because of this story.
I just suggested, just fucking kill her.
Just kill this woman and kill him. Just burn it with fire, both of them, and then just go back to the ashes.
Kill me while you're at it. Because honestly, after this...
Honestly, we cannot go any further down. So, Sean, I just thought
I just looked at like my waveform for this episode, by the way, and it's been like fairly normal ups and downs up until the last like 10 minutes have just been a solid fucking block of green on my part because I'm so bemused.
Thank you, William, for ruining Sean's day. He actually sent in on the Instagram message. This was over Instagram, which I love when people send in things through Instagram, Twitter, any other stuff. Was sent in basically saying, I hope this ruined Sean's day. I'm trying to make him get sick.
Well, it might have ruined my week. Month.
Good.
Life.
Good stuff. So we're moving on, Sean, to our next piece of news, and we are going to be talking about the Atherstone ball game. Sean, have you heard of this ball game?
I have heard of this. Do you know what's mad is I was in Atherstone before.
Were you?
Yeah, I stayed there. It's just outside Birmingham.
Yeah, so, Sean, what do you know about the Atherstone ball game? Because the recent edition happened a few weeks ago.
I was scrolling through Twitter, and I saw a clip of what looked to be 1,000 people all scrapping. And then I scrolled on because I was like, no, this is definitely going to be on Weird News. Because
the game is a historic one and has been played out for centuries on Shrove Tuesday. So that's Pancake Day. So that would have been last week. In the town of Atherstone, between two rival counties in Warwickshire and Leicestershire. The 2023 edition, however, has been tainted, Sean. You might not like this. It descended into violent chaos this year, and that's where we come in, because it was a 2-hour medieval tradition. So, if you don't know what it is, thousands of people turned up to compete, with the aim of the game being the one to be holding onto the ball come the end of the final whistle after 2 hours, right? Mm-hmm. Tuesday saw the 823rd edition of the event, with just 1 year missed since being formed in 1199, which came 2 years ago due to the pandemic. That's the only year they've ever missed.
Wow, a lot of shit happened since 1199.
And they've never missed it. So, the game involves 2 brutal rules that I really feel like we should all know. One, it must be contested on Long Street, and competitors are not allowed to kill everyone else.
No murder, and this specific location.
So it has to be on the street, and you're not allowed to murder anyone. They're the only 2 rules.
I mean, they're fairly simple rules to understand. And what is it? Just be holding the ball at the end of the game?
Yes.
What do you win? What's the prize?
The game has often been labelled for offering people the chance to take part in basically just pure, unrestrained chaos and mass brawls. So most notably, a large group were seen, and this was on the video, fighting outside a William Hill betting shop as they squabbled for the ball. The shop was damaged in the fight. Ahead of the annual tradition, shops, cafes and bars in the street boarded up their windows to prevent any damage, because everyone just kicks the shit out of each other for 2 hours.
It's Atherstone's The Purge, basically.
Basically, for 2 hours in Atherstone, they go for the ball and they just kick the shit out of anyone who's holding the ball.
Can I just say as well, I stayed on Long Street, is where I stayed.
Did you?
Yeah, in a hotel called the Red Lion, Conor.
Good stuff. I suppose what really brings it is, obviously, there's traditions everywhere. This particular tradition, I don't know, Sean. I mean, it's absolutely insane. It's like the cheese rolling down the hill scenario where people just do it, I can only assume, to die.
Yeah, like, I'm convinced that, like, in that situation, there's only about 30 people who actually have a chance. Because if you're at the back of the 1,000 people trying to get the ball, you're at nothing.
And you're part of, like, your town. So it's your town against another town.
Yeah. And so, like, what is, like, how is it judged? How long does it go on for? 2 hours?
2 hours. At the end of it, the final whistle blows. Whoever's holding onto the ball, whichever town, they win.
Okay, this might be out of pocket that I'm saying this. I think I'd be alright at this game.
Fuck's sake. You know what? That's on me. I should have known you were going to come in with some fucking mad shit theory that you're going to be good at this game, that you would definitely have all of your bones broken in.
But I wouldn't care if I got hurt if I won at the end.
That's a ridiculous.
I'll simply grab the ball, and then just hold on to it.
I love that people listen to this who've taken part like, fuck, that's not what we were doing.
Lads. You're playing keepy-ups with it, trying to show off. No. Put it into your pocket.
And you have.
Do you know what I do? I know what I do. Right? You've been around a dog before. So what you do? You get the ball.
Yeah.
And you hold it. You wave it about a bit, and then you pretend to throw it. Everyone looks the other way. You put that into your jacket pocket.
Yeah.
And suddenly no one knows where the ball is anymore.
Right. And also you have the in-middle advantage that your knee is already facing the wrong direction. So somebody will come along, they'll attack your knee. Lad, you're like, that won't affect me. You cannot harm what is already done.
I've gone through several rounds of physiotherapy.
Yeah.
My knee is stronger than God right now. So I'll be kicking. I'll be on my hands doing a handstand, just kicking people away.
But your arms are so weak, so it's a very bad handstand.
It's crumpled. I'm crumpled on the ground. Yeah. It looks like a breakdancing move.
So you're telling me
really
you would be good at this game. If anyone has seen the video, it's literally just British people kicking the shit out of each other for about 2 hours.
Do you ever play Red Robin in school?
Red Robin?
Yeah.
No.
It's a bunch of kids getting clotheslined. So basically, divide into 2 halves on the yard, right? And everyone links arms like over the shoulder kind of a job.
Right.
And then you say like Red Robin, and you name someone on the other side of the line, and they have to run and try and break through the wall of children. And it's just kids. They just, because when you do, link arms,
Yeah.
All your arms are at neck height, it turns out.
Yeah,
for a load of
so I'm
11-year-olds.
assuming like a few kids, only a few have died, but like enough that you would be worried.
Well, my primary school banned running at one point in the yard.
They seen you trying it and they went, no.
Jeez, we can't take another one.
Can't let the kids run like that.
With his twisted knee.
Look at him, he's running in a circle. He thinks he's going miles.
But if I can survive that, surely I'll survive the
That is a game that I've never heard of. We never played that.
Oh man, we were bored. We had nothing to do.
What did we play? No Man's Land? Is that a thing?
No Man's Land is pretty good. Tip the Can.
Tip the Can is a good one.
Tip the Can is a classic.
What's
Cops
the
and
one
robbers.
where you start off and there's always is that No Man's Land? No, it's not. Where there's one person in the middle and then everybody's up against the wall, right? Say like 30 people. And then everyone sprints. And if the person in the middle catches one person, they have to join them in the middle for the next go.
Oh, we never played this.
What the hell is that called? I can't remember the name of it. But
that might be a local thing that you
But then you just sprint. You have to basically sprint from one wall to the other wall, and there's a big gap in the middle that you have to get through. So at the start, there's only one catcher. It's really easy. You can go in the big group. But every time you go, somebody gets caught. Always one person. And so by the time you get to the end, one person's left at the wall and there's 30 kids in the middle and the one person has to get through them without getting caught.
And you feel like a hero if you make it.
Yeah.
There was one kind of similar caught. We played What Time Is It, Mr. Wolf?
Oh yeah, obviously. Shop. Oh, come on now.
Same thing. You're getting people closer. You say it's 3 o'clock. You take 3 steps forward. It's 7 o'clock. You take 7 steps forward. And then it's dinner time, and then the wolf has to catch someone. Then if they catch someone, they're on the wolves now.
Yeah.
And then the game repeats until everyone is eaten.
Anyone, if you have any random games that are only set to your school, please send them in, because we want to learn more rules for all of our school games that we play.
Absolutely. And I maintain the world will be a lot better place in Ireland once a year. Everyone in the locality gets together and plays a big game of Tip the Can. I think that would be great.
Do you want to explain the rules of Tip the Can for anyone? It's probably named something else around the world.
It's the thing is, I forget most of the rules, but I know there's we had a drain pipe, that was the can, and that was the base.
You just need an object. You need a light pole. You could even have an electricity box. They're
electricity box is a good one on the estate.
So this is anything that's in nature that's standing up. And so that's
one
the can.
person is and one person has to go out and find other people.
So you normally have a 4-minute head start. Everyone can go hide, and then the person at the can has to turn around, and they have to go looking. Now, here's where the trickiness. I'm going to explain it to the can. Here's where the trickiness comes in, Sean. This is where the gamesmanship kind of comes in. Is that the further you get away from the can, the more open you are to somebody popping out of a hiding spot, sprinting, and saying, "Tip the can, I free me," or whatever, and then they can be free forever, right?
Yeah.
You can't be caught.
So you have to strategically pick where you're going to go. You need to stay close,
and you have to keep the can in your eye line ready to sprint back at any given time. Now, you might catch 4 people, Sean. You might be like, "I've caught 4 people. I'm going well." But when you catch the 4th person, somebody from across the way, they come out of their hiding spot, they sprint to the can, tip the can, I free all. Everybody's free to go hide again.
Because if you are caught, you have to go and put your hand on the can. And that's where you live now until you are free. Tip the can, I free all. Jesus, the screams of that at lunchtime.
If you could get everyone caught except one, and that one hero pops out, frees everyone, I mean, you're set for the day.
You just go home at that point. Leave school. You've peaked already.
Sean, we're going to move on to our next piece of news. And I mean, I like when we just talk about games.
Honestly, the podcast could be just that, Conor. Still 3 times a week, mind you.
Obviously. But what we could do is we could do a big listener Tip the Can game.
Oh my God, yes. I would be...
Everyone just needs to fly over to Ireland, and we'll just meet in a town in Ireland. And
I'm sorry, Mr. Private fucking jet. Why can't we do this in Barbados?
I'm not bringing you, so then you fly over yourself.
All right, okay. Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
Sean, our next one comes in from Waffles, in which he said, because it's based in New Zealand, plane spends 16 hours in the air, ends up back at same New Zealand airport due to technicality.
Jesus Christ, how do you fuck up that badly?
An Air New Zealand flight from Auckland to New York ended up landing back in Auckland 16 hours after takeoff due to an electric fire.
Breakdown.
Due to an electrical fire knocking out power at the John F. Kennedy Airport Terminal 1.
So the plane was fine?
Plane was grand, Sean.
But they fucked up at their end.
Passengers on a flight from New Zealand to New York spent 8 hours on the way to New York, and then 8 hours coming back.
Oh, having to reconcile with that on your way back, I would be fucking livid.
So you spend 16 hours in the air and you end back up at the same airport that you left 16 hours ago.
Like, it's not even been a day, but you've done fuck all, only sit in a chair.
The Air New Zealand non-stop flight from Auckland to New York had been in the air for about 8 hours and was about 2,000 miles from California when the airline received word that an electrical fire at John F. Kennedy International Airport had led to Terminal 1 being closed for the night. The airline...
What about Terminal 2, says I?
There's got loads of airports in America.
Yeah, John F. Kennedy Airport's in New York, right? If you're at California, you can find one on the way.
There's a whole country in between.
There's a rake of them.
There's got to be one.
One who'll take it. Look, Sully landed in a fucking river.
Fucking lads, we'll turn back. We don't want in Auckland anyway.
Just lads, this wouldn't happen in New Zealand, would it?
This pilot has only flown from Auckland to John F. Kennedy Airport. He doesn't know any other airports, and so he's just his co-pilot is like, well, we just land, I don't know, like in just any other airport. He's just like, just sweating profusely. No, I'd say go back to Auckland. I think Auckland's a nice one.
He just has some agreement with the staff in JFK that he doesn't have to do security checks or anything.
So the airline said the decision was made for the plane to turn around and return to Auckland, where it landed about 16 hours after departing. Diverting to another US port would have meant the aircraft would remain on the ground for several days, impacting a number of other scheduled services and customers. So,
right, if I'm on that plane, I don't give a shit. Put me on the ground.
Put me in some ground somewhere.
Yeah, I'll have fun in California. I don't mind.
So their plan was, if they landed in a different airport, then it would be several days before they probably got clearance to leave that airport to re-enter the airspace. I'd wager Michael O'Leary can do it in fucking 20 minutes. I'd wager they can send a plane back to New Zealand. There's no way if you landed in a different New York airport that you couldn't just take back off and then go back into the exact same airspace within 5 minutes of flying.
Yeah, pick a time where there's no other planes. It's not that hard. What's the issue here?
And 8 hours there, 8 hours back. I mean, perfect. That's ideal.
You're able to make planes fly and not hit each other.
Yeah.
You can arrange one to get off the ground in a different place.
You can just make an emergency stop and then take back off to get him to the right. You could even fly from that New York airport to JFK if you wanted to go again.
And fucking, look, COVID. You cancelled all kinds of flights left, right and centre. It was grand.
Grand.
Just do it. People figure it out. Man.
This is so my question to you, Sean, is what happens? You're on that flight.
Oh man, so I'm terrified because we're going to Japan this year, and I looked.
You
it's
are
like
not.
a 16. Yeah, going in November.
Lucky bastard. Go on.
What can I say? It's going to be like a 16-hour flight. So actually, you're going to love this. Actually, so what we're doing, I have told you that this is just me.
How have you not told me this?
So we're going to Fall Out Boy in London. And then 2 days later, we're flying from London to Japan.
You're a lunatic. That's amazing.
I'm living the 16-year-old Sean dream.
That's fucking madness. That's fucking... Do you know who I'm going to see next month? Actually, this month.
What? Who?
I'm going to see Paramore.
I'm going to see Paramore.
Are you?
Yeah.
In their own live show in Dublin.
That's April. That's happening.
Did we just become best friends?
I think we might have done. Holy shit.
I'm not going to you.
Oh,
I'm going to my private jet.
You're taking them to Dublin.
I'm landing in the field. that it's in.
You're skydiving in Ironman style with Paramore.
Do you remember the star of the Olympics in 2012 in London? Oh, that's me. I'm doing that with the fake queen.
Who is Hayley Williams.
No way, you go Paramore and Fall Out Boy, same year.
Same year.
Oh, man.
Same year, lad.
Oh,
I'm also going to Arctic Monkeys, going to Blur.
You're living in 2008, lad.
Look,
honestly,
what can I say? I'm having a fantastic time.
Just, as you said, 16-year-old you would be like, this is the coolest life of all time.
I need some time off from the podcast.
You need a lot of time off. We could do a live show from Paramore.
Just in the background, fucking misery
These
business.
fucking people keep playing. We're trying to have a fucking show here.
Just get up on stage. Sorry, lads. We have what is going on?
Sorry, guys. I know you're all here for us. Sorry, guys.
This is Heroes.
That's amazing, unreal. I mean, I don't want to impress you, right? But I did go to see McFly last year in London. Pretty good.
Oh, pretty good.
And I went to see the hologram ABBA as well in London.
You told me this one. That sounds insane.
That is insane. They've stopped doing it. No, I think it's going till May, so you can still go see hologram ABBA until May.
Hologramma.
But
one of the two.
It's really fucking good.
I went to last year. I saw Green Day, Fall Out Boy, and Weezer.
You're a lunatic.
Concert.
You are a 16-year-old edgelord.
I'm a pop punk piece of shit.
You piece of shit. Depressed in your bedroom, playing video games.
I mean, what's changed? What's changed, Conor? Only now I play them in the sitting room.
Now it's cool.
Also, just on this flight story, I saw the most terrifying thing. It was a TikTok.
Oh, don't tell me it's about the two flights.
No. It's
the two planes nearly hitting each other?
No, not that one.
Okay.
That's fucked as well.
Yeah.
This is even, personally, this is more terrifying to me, is that the plane is on the runway. Yeah. It's ready to go. And the pilot comes out and announces in person to everyone in the cabin, just so you know, the bathrooms on this plane don't work right now. So if anyone needs to go, get off the plane and go now, and then we will do the flight. If there's even half a thought that you might need to go to the bathroom, go now. And then the TikTok cuts, and it's people walking off the plane to go to the bathroom. And then imagine the fear of sitting back down.
But Seán, I mean, I don't want to tell you how to live your life.
Yeah.
But you're telling me when you see the gate opening, everyone lining up, you don't immediately go to the bathroom then?
Conor, if you don't think I'm dehydrating myself before a flight so I don't have to use an airplane bathroom.
No. You can drink water, but I would just say, if it's like a 2-hour flight, just go to the bathroom when they're like lining up to depart in the gate.
What if I need to go mid-air? What if something happens?
What are you talking about? You're an adult. Just fucking hold it for
2 hours.
No, because you've gone. You won't need the pee directly after going already, just as you're on the plane.
Conor, I've had 3 or 4 pints in the airport bar before I get on a plane.
Okay, that's different. It's a 4 a.m. flight.
Look, time doesn't exist in an airport, first of all.
Right. Okay. Actually, I do have an airport story of... I don't know how much time we have left, but Seán,
I got some time.
Just on my flight back to Ireland, like last week, we were flying home from Spain, and so we...
Good sand.
Lovely sand, not as good as Portuguese sand.
Not as good as Portuguese.
But we were on the plane, and what's in front of us? I can only assume 70 school children, probably about 16, school tour to Ireland. All of them have matching hoodies on. All Spanish students going to Ireland, going to see Dublin, the big smoke, going to see it.
Coming to Ireland in March.
Coming to Ireland in February at this point. This was last week, and I was like giggling away to myself because I was like, first of all, it was 22 degrees there, and then the pilot came on and was just like, it'll be 6 degrees Celsius in Dublin, and I was like, oh lads,
you're going to have a terrible
because all they had was hoodies on, and I was like, oh, that's not enough. That is not enough.
You will need an overcoat with that, my friend.
But there was 70 of them, so they took up all of the seats. Right?
Jesus.
And then there was a mother and son in front of me, and they had double booked their seats with 2 of the children.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what happened? Did they have to kick him off the plane?
No, so we were sitting on the runway for like an hour because the mother and son had to wait until everybody got on board and see if there was 2 empty seats somewhere on the plane that they could sit in.
Despite the fact that they had sold the ticket.
Sean, it's Ryanair.
I was going to, look, I didn't want to mention it.
We all assumed who it was, but yeah. But like, but all the school children didn't know what the fuck they were doing either. So they were all just fucking throwing suitcases around because obviously it's the first time out of the country maybe for some of them. They don't really know, right?
They're just having a great time on a plane.
They're just having a great time on the plane. The minute the plane lands, they all stand up and just begin to start walking to the exit like it's a train.
It doesn't work like that. Now, look, everyone stands up at the end of a flight anyway. Personally, I don't. I'm going fucking nowhere.
I'm a waiter. Yeah. I said this one time because I was thinking to myself, if we stay here, we will have to wait behind them going through passport security, and there's 70 of them and they're all kids and all of them won't be able to find their passport. So we got off the fucking plane and sprinted down the fucking arrivals hall, down that big
one.
In the big long hallway, and we were just like, we got to the passport before everyone, and we turned around, and I was like, it's actually like The Last of Us. It was like a zombie horde of like hoodies coming, and I was like, thank God we got here first.
And did you use the auto passport scanner, or did you go to the person?
Auto passport scanner.
It's the only way to go.
It's the only way to go. Although it doesn't recognise me because I got mine taken when I was like 15.
That's fair. Mine, I have to shave before I go to the airport because mine doesn't have a beard.
Okay, right. Sean, do you want to finish off? I think we don't even have time for Florida Man.
I don't think we do.
We can finish off with one a story that I held close to my heart, and that is student holds wrestling event on a streetcar to mark graduation. Now, Sean, have you seen this video where a student in Japan organised a wrestling competition for university students on a running streetcar to mark the end of his college days?
I have not, but I will find it now.
So this is professional wrestling club that he is in, right? So it's like basically like one of those rail things that's like just goes back and forth throughout the city.
Yeah. Like a tram metro.
Yeah, basically like a tram metro, yeah. And he set up a whole wrestling event on one of the trams to celebrate his graduation from wrestling school, and he invited a whole bunch of people, and there's entrances on the tram. There's like, they have belts and they have full-on wrestling matches.
This is outstanding. He's doing like his intro pose thing and everything. This is amazing. How did he get like permission for this?
It's Japan's first ever streetcar pro wrestling competition.
That's insane. And he's got like a fucking mask and everything.
30 fans bought tickets in advance and filled the seats on the streetcar.
And they're just, I mean, it just looks like a fight in a train, though, is the thing.
So every time the streetcar stopped at a station, a new wrestler boarded the train, with the one who remained until the end being declared the winner.
It's like a Royal Rumble, but on a train.
Yeah. Fans enjoyed seeing competitors show off their special skills, such as a drop kick, using the hanging straps equipped in the streetcar. A student from one of the local schools won the title of being the first streetcar pro wrestling champion. The student won 100 packs of Black Thunder, which is a famous and popular chocolate bar. And
pretty good.
So they're the winner. Sean, my question to you is, how much do you want to go see this?
Desperately. Like, I will be front row seats to that train fight. Which is weird, because if a fight broke out on an Irish train, I'd probably walk away from it. But this is much more whimsical and organised. No,
I think if a fight breaks out on an Irish train, we're like, lads, come on now. Now, lads, come on now. You're taking the fucking pish. So you are. You're taking the fucking piss, and I'm not fucking pleased with it. But this is organised whole wrestling competition. If you want to watch 30 minutes of fucking stupid fun, go watch these 13 lads board this fucking train as this tram goes through the 5 kilometre long route that it starts on, and at every station a new wrestler joins the party and the fight continues with all the fans absolutely loving it.
I love the idea of someone getting on this train not knowing that this is about to happen.
But they accidentally wear their Hulk Hogan outfit that day.
Yeah, like they're immediately like perceived as a threat. It's just like, okay, you're next.
They must be in this, and they're just like, no, I just love wrestling.
I just a fan. I'm just a big fan, guys.
I'm just an innocent man. We're just innocent men.
I love that video so fucking much.
Every Monday that drops and I fucking like it on Twitter. Every single Monday. Sean, I think that's it for this week's Weird News.
What a week. It's been a week of tangents and me being horrified, but I've had a very fun time, Conor.
Yeah. We didn't actually get to all of the stories, so we will get to them next week. I do have to pass them on because it was just such a fun week of horrifying you that I felt like that took more precedence than hitting everything.
Thanks, bud. Appreciate that.
We're best Yeah.
Dude, I am in the business of misery, though, so here we are.
Oh, let's take it from the top, so go on.
Very good. Thanks, everyone, for listening to this episode of Weird News Wednesday. That's what day it is. We'll be back on Friday with Hero or Zero, where I'm doing the worst character ever, Psylocke. We will be back on Monday with Movie Mondays, and next Wednesday with another episode of Weird News Wednesday. Big thank you to everyone over on Patreon who continues to support the show. Shout outs go to Róisín the Wife Palmer, Joe Burney, Ryan Komatsu Dozer Enthusiast Evanson. Fun facts with Waffles Aotearoa New Zealand has the highest sheep to person ratio on the planet, with roughly 10 sheep per person. David Clarke, Shaun Chuck in the Wash and It'll Be Grand Jamieson, Dominic, Anna Irish Walrus Forever Hjelmroos, Danny McLaughlin, No One's Ever Really Gone Luke Hoth, Lordsmish, Michelle Browne, Michaela Doughty, Buster, Ed Ball, The Adventures of Indiana Jones and the Franchise That Just Won't Die, Lorraine and Conor have swapped the order of their names to purposefully bamboozle Seán. Russ, can you sort me an invite to the Barry Wins an Oscar drinks you'll be having? Mine's a Pepsi Max-Parfitt and Jackson Brewheim. Thanks everyone for the continued support. If you want to join those fine people, head on over to patreon.com/Heroes for Hire podcast. Link to that in the description. There's also a merch store, heroesforhire.ie/shop. Twitter is @HeroesForHirePod. The 4 is the number 4. Facebook is Detective Divilment's discussion group. Instagram is Heroes for Hire podcast. And the best way to ever help out the show is to tell one human being that we exist.
Just the one, please.
I think that's about it, Conor.
I think so. So I've been Conor Logan.
I've been Seán Meehan.
We shall see you all next week, guys.